Okay, good evening and welcome to the Town of Babylon Planning Board. Today is the 20th of October, 2025. We do have scheduled 2 public hearings, so we'll begin our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Dan, why don't you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Patrick Halpin.
President.
Julianne Nolan. Present. Ed Wynn.
Present.
Juan Leon.
Present.
Dan Trushin.
Present.
Frank Santos.
Present.
Yumiko Healy.
Present.
Greg Axiola. Nunzio Russo. Katie Riley. Rich Casey.
Hey, do we have a quorum?
Yes, you do.
Before we start the public hearing, I am required to read this statement into the record. The Planning Board shall have the right to rely on any information that is presented by the applicant. If any such information is later found to be inaccurate or incorrect, the Planning Board may determine that any approvals are null and void. Any approvals, building permits, or other actions previously granted in connection with the application are null and void. Okay,
Public hearing number 1, Job 2455 ABE, West Babylon Manor, Inc.
okay, who's here on behalf of the applicant?
This is the one that we're going to.
Okay, yes.
We have a request from the applicant's attorney on this matter. They have a conflict and they have requested an adjournment, and planning has suggested that we adjourn this matter to October 27th, 2025, and everyone here has notice of that.
Yes, we all have notice of that, but counsel, thank you for putting that directly into the record. So we need a motion to adjourn the scheduled public hearing.
You don't need a motion for that, Mr. Chairman.
You don't?
Just putting it on the record is sufficient.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Public hearing 2509B, GNR Building Corp. Proposes to subdivide a parcel totaling 11,714 square feet in 2 5,857 square foot lots in order to construct 2 new 2-story single-family dwellings.
Counsel, please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. For the record, Nicole Blanda. I'm an attorney at Bazell, Blanda, and Visconti with offices at 535 Broad Hollow Road in Melville.
Okay, please proceed. But before you proceed, I do have the memorandum from Denise Graziano, the Commissioner of Planning, dated October 14th, regarding this application. Are there any issues, any concerns, anything that you'd like to bring to the board's attention regarding the conditions and the restrictive covenants for lots 1 and 2?
No, there's no issues.
Okay, please proceed.
I'm here tonight on behalf of the property owner, GNR Building Corp., seeking subdivision approval for a 2-lot subdivision. The property is located on the east side of Monroe Street, 101.32 feet north of Lincoln Avenue in Farmingdale. It's presently vacant. It's zoned Residence B. It does immediately abut an industrially zoned property to the north. In fact, there's a bunch of industrially zoned properties starting with Toledo Street and then heading north from there. This particular block is a dead-end street, and the road is not fully improved on this street. So right now, there's about 17.5 feet of asphalt on one side of Monroe, and the part on our side where our property is not improved. So a bonus as part of this application is that the applicant will be improving the roadway so that it will be full width, and it will be to town specifications. There is a house across the street that does have a driveway on Monroe, but I would note that the 2 corner houses have driveways facing Lincoln. So the owner at the time of the Zoning Board of Appeals application did speak with a couple of the neighbors and did get a couple of consent letters supporting the application. One was from a neighbor across the street at 41 Monroe Street, and another was from a neighbor to the rear on Jackson Street. So I'll hand those up.
And they're part of the record that you have with the zoning board, correct?
Yes, they were also part of that record as well.
Thank you.
So the ZBA heard this case about a year ago, and they approved variances for these parcels. The variances that were a part of this application were to reduce the lot area from 10,000 square feet to 5,857 square feet, the street frontage from 100 feet to 59.34, and the rear yards from 40 feet to 25. The proposal in other aspects, including front yard setbacks and side yard setbacks, they meet and they comply with the code. Given that the property abuts the industrial property, it was important to the applicant to maintain the proper side yards. And also, they were trying to, I guess, mirror something that was going on down the block along, there's several blocks on Washington and Baiting Place, that have 3 houses on the block, similar to what we're proposing here.
Can we go back to that satellite that you had up briefly? Okay, keep going.
Sure, so if you head west on the aerial and head towards Baiting Place, yes, right there. So you see how those 2 blocks that are north of Lincoln on Baiting and then on Washington have 3 houses. They have a corner house and then 2 interior lots. So I would say there's 3 blocks that do that. And so that's what we're proposing to do on our dead-end street as well. This parcel is the last vacant parcel on these dead-end streets that could do that. So part of my case to the zoning board was that it really didn't set a precedent. We were really just trying to create 2 more homes here. What's also nice about putting 2 homes here rather than 1 is that they can be at a lower price point because they are smaller. So rather than having 1 large house on an oversized parcel, we can get 2 new homes here for families that are seeking maybe a smaller home. We are proposing a 2-story home, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Kind of an open floor plan in the rear, so you have your kitchen opening up to the living room and dining room, and then you have a guest room at the front of the house, but the guest room could also be an office or a study or some other type of playroom if there's children here. And then upstairs, you have your master bedroom with bath and closet, and then 3 other bedrooms with a bathroom. Again, the roadway will be fully improved, which is a benefit for this particular block. And we did look at the character of the area in terms of other similarly sized parcels. And again, as I said before, on Washington Street, you have a couple of parcels that are 6,000 and 5640. These homes were built back in 1989 and 2001. And then there's a few others that are also 62 by 94, so they have a different depth. But again, similar in size to what we're proposing here. We don't feel that we're adding too many driveways here because, again, the corner homes do face out to Lincoln. We agree to all the covenants. These would be single-family homes, no accessory apartments. The basements would remain unfinished. And yeah, like I said, the 2 neighbors that were closest did consent. I recall my client saying that he did knock on a couple of other doors, but that the residents weren't home at that time. But we didn't have anyone come out at our Zoning Board of Appeals hearing. So if the board has any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Do we have a rendering?
There should be an elevation, I believe. Yeah, there you go.
There you go, okay, that's fine.
The homes will have different types of siding, different types of facade materials, so they will be finished differently.
So do any of the board members have any questions regarding this application? Frank, you're looking at it very intently.
Quick question. Basement, it's going to be unfinished, you said, but a full
Yes.
but a full basement, though?
Yes.
Okay. And basement entrance? Is there a basement entrance?
I
Outside?
believe it's internal, it's not outside. Let me check. I don't recall seeing a basement entrance on the survey. So it must be an internal entrance.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, what was the answer from? You don't see an exterior entrance? Okay, is that a concern of yours?
Only if they're gonna have an exterior entrance and finish the basement later on.
Okay. All right, so the question, can you just confirm that for the board, please?
Yes.
When, you don't have to do it right now, but, you know, before we vote on this. Okay, any other questions?
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, there's a restrictive covenant on both of these lots, I believe. Number 6, the basement must remain unfinished.
Yes, we consent to that.
Yes, and council said that, but I think the issue that Frank raised, which is actually, too often we see a situation where there is an outside entrance to the basement that later becomes something that is
Right,
finished off, rather, finished. Okay,
right. We're not proposing an outside entrance.
okay,
Thank you.
all right. All right, any other questions? No, hearing none. Is there anyone from the public here that would like to address the board regarding this application? No, I don't see anyone that's interested in addressing the board. Okay, thank you very much,
Thank you.
council. All right. So I'm going to request a motion from the board to close the hearing and to reserve decision. So motion by Frank, second by Juan.
Second.
All in favor? The public hearing has now been closed. The decision has been reserved in order for us to, in this case, confirm that there will be no outside entrance. So the record will also remain open for written comments. To follow up on the status of the application and to submit additional comments, you can contact the planning department in a number of different ways. In person, planning is located in the west wing of Town Hall. Application documents, plans are available for inspection between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. or by phone, 631-957-3103, or by email, planning comments, townofbabylonny.gov. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you. You too. All right, so we are now going to close the public hearing portion of our meeting and turn off the broadcast, and we will go into our work.